in the quiet hum of a courtroom, where justice is weighed and destinies are decided, a figure appears, cutting through the tension like a ship through water. She is young, but her walk is heavy with purpose, dressed not in a suit or a dress, but in the full uniform of a United States Navy SEAL. She moves with a confidence that silences the room. A quiet chuckle ripples from her father, a sound of dismissal. Her mother shakes her head, a silent plea for normalcy. But normalcy was a port she left long ago. Her footsteps echo, a steady drumbeat marking the rhythm of a life forged in fire. Each step is deliberate, a testament to a journey few could ever imagine, let alone survive. The faces around her are a gallery of disbelief, shock, and slowly dawning respect. Lawyers pause mid-sentence, spectators lean forward, and the judge watches, his expression unreadable as she takes her place. This is not just an entrance, it is a declaration. To understand the steel in her eyes, you have to go back. Back to the cold, unforgiving embrace of the ocean before dawn, where the waves tried to claim her, and she refused to let them. This was Bud Des' basic underwater demolition seal, training the crucible designed to break the strongest of men. And the salt stung her eyes, the cold seeped into her bones, but with every stroke, she was swimming towards something greater than herself. Her world became a relentless cycle of push-ups in the cold, thick mud, her muscles screaming in protest. The instructors' voices were a constant storm, shouting, pushing, demanding more than seemed humanly possible. The only easy day was yesterday. They'd roar, and she learned to live by that creed. She wasn't just training her body, she was forging her mind into a weapon, sharpening her will against the whetstone of exhaustion and pain. There were moments, draped in the darkness of fatigue, when the thought of quitting was a seductive whisper. Lying on her cot, every inch of her body aching, the temptation to ring the bell, the symbol of surrender, was immense. She saw others do it, strong men who had reached their limit. But, in those moments of near surrender, she would see the faces of those who doubted her, hear their whispers of impossibility. She would remember why she started. It wasn't about proving them wrong, it was about proving herself right. It was about honoring a call she felt deep in her soul, a need to serve, to protect, to be part of something legendary. So she would rise, tape her blistered hands, and prepare for another day of hell, her resolve hardening with every sunrise. The training was a brutal symphony of controlled chaos. One moment, she'd be meticulously assembling and disassembling her rifle, her fingers moving with practiced speed, every piece a familiar extension of her will. The next, she'd be on a zodiac boat, crashing through waves under the silver light of the moon, her face set against the sea spray. She learned to navigate by the stars, to move like a ghost in the shadows, to trust the man and now, the woman beside her with her life. Teamwork was the bedrock of the SEALs. She was pushed, tested, and accepted not as a woman, but as a warrior. She learned to carry the weight of her gear, the weight of responsibility, and the weight of her team's trust. The exhaustion was a constant companion, but so was the camaraderie, a bond forged in shared hardship that transcended words. These memories flash, not as distant history, but as living parts of her. The grit of sand in her teeth, the echo of a drill instructor's command, the icy shock of a midnight plunge. They are the invisible armor she wears beneath the uniform. They are the source of the unwavering stillness in her posture as she now stands in the courtroom. The room is no longer just a place of law. It has become a stage for her story. The cynical smirk on her father's face has faded, replaced by a slight. Her mother's look of disbelief has melted into a complex mix of fear, pride, and wonder. They are seeing her, truly seeing her, for the first time. Not as the daughter they raised, but as the warrior she has become. The lawyers, the jury, the spectators, they all see it. The trident, pinned proudly on her chest, is not just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of sacrifice, of 1,000 moments of pain, and 1,000,000 moments of resolve. She looks at the judge, her gaze direct and unflinching. There is no arrogance in her stance, only a quiet, profound strength. The air is thick, with unspoken questions. Why is she here? What trial does she face now, after enduring the world's most difficult training? The details of the legal proceedings seem to fade into the background, becoming secondary to the powerful human drama unfolding. The courtroom, a place of judgment, has become a place of witness. Everyone present is bearing witness to the culmination of an impossible journey. They are witnessing the embodiment of resilience. The teal and orange light filtering through the high windows paints the scene like a master's canvas, highlighting the sharp lines of her uniform and the quiet determination etched on her face. The judge clears his throat, the sound unnaturally loud in the silent room. He looks down at the papers before him, then back up at her. For a long moment, he simply studies her, his expression shifting from professional detachment to something akin to reverence. He sees not just a defendant or a witness, but a guardian, a protector who has walked through fire to stand where she is today. The patriotic undertones are no longer just in the music of our story, but are felt in the very air of the room. She represents an ideal, a commitment to country and to a code of honor that few can comprehend. Her presence challenges every assumption, every stereotype, every whispered doubt she ever faced. She is a living testament to the idea that limits are often just illusions we accept. Her journey was never about being the first woman or about breaking barriers for the sake of it. It was about answering a personal call to serve at the highest level. It was about earning her place, not being given it. The sacrifices were immense, relationships strained, a life of normalcy abandoned, her body pushed to its breaking point and beyond. But for her, the reward was not a medal or a title. The reward was the quiet knowledge that when the call came, she would be ready. It was the trust of her teammates, a brotherhood and sisterhood of the nation's most elite warriors. That is the honor she carries. That is the strength she brings into this courtroom. And as she prepares to speak, her voice steady and clear, everyone in the room knows they are in the presence of someone extraordinary. She is a Navy SEAL, and her story is just beginning. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires.